Hey everyone, PsyStarcraft here. And as you can see from the title, this is one of the best games of StarCraft 2 that has ever been played. Ever. I mean, for about 5 minutes before I even started this replay, I had to mentally prepare myself for all the epicosity that I'd be commentating. And I mean, it's a long game, and it's on a big map, and it's with two of the best players in the world, if not the best players in the world. So it's going to be an amazing one. I want you guys to stick around. It's going to be worth it. Bring a change of clothes. Get some popcorn. Don't take any cholesterol lowers, because if you watch food documentaries like I do, cholesterol hasn't been proven to cause heart disease. Alright? And don't worry, you won't have a heart attack from this. You're going to have a heart defense. That's what this is going to cause. It's so awesome, your heart will be stronger. Now, of course, I am Psy in the top left as the green Zerg and Echoic. You all know him. He's on the Day of 9 Daily today. He was on it. He's also part of Vile. He's in the bottom right as the orange, Terran. Now, he tried one of the best battlecruiser rushes I've ever seen on me just a game before. And while it almost worked, 10 queens are a little bit stronger than 2 battlecruisers. So it didn't work. But now we're talking about how BCs are spec'd. They went from a DPS spec in a prior patch to a tank spec. They're not that good anymore. They kind of suck. Now you're going to see some things in this game that will just blow your mind, and it's going to change the way it's played. Once I auction this replay off to the Koreans and split it 20-80 with Echoic, I'm getting 80, he's getting 20. It's going to change everything. GSL won't be the same. Barack Obama won't be the same. Bill O'Reilly won't be the same. It's going to change everything. Let's leave it at that. We are seeing a late pool because I scouted cross positions. This is a big map. Sometimes Terran will switch it up. They'll go 2 racks, you know, to kind of fool you. This is a long map. You don't really expect it 2 racks. And I did have to leave a bit sooner than I wanted to because I was trying to harass an SCV, so I won't see if he's getting a 2 rack. So I'm actually positioning my probe, my drone, right outside my expansion to throw it on a spine. Spine is one of the best responses you can do to a 2 racks because they just don't have enough Marines to push in here and kill it by the time you get Lings. And once you get that spine up, their whole attack is thwarted, so don't have to worry about that. A factory coming up. Now this is very unusual. To get a factory after a barracks, it's not something you see from a lot of Terran. They usually like to win without getting factories, and it's just a sign of a really good player, throwing down that factory. And if he put some kind of add-on on top of it, it's like so good. I can't believe how good Terran buildings are when they have an add-on on it. They're just so good. My speed is starting, and I'm doing a transfer of my drones. I don't like to transfer until I get my speed upgrade because, you know, when you transfer, you're not getting money as much because there's less drones on minerals. Obviously. Hey, I got a text message from Bye Bye. It's my turn to play Scrabble. And I like to wait until my money is up because I can get my speed faster. So oh, he's getting an add-on. This is a tech lab. Now, a tech lab allows you to produce siege tanks. Siege tanks are pretty good. So he's going a 1-1-1 with the command center. Now, this is one of the strongest builds I've ever seen in my entire life, just because if you get one of each building, you can build every single unit in the game. And that's really all you need in StarCraft is to build 1 or 2 of every unit. No, that's toss. Never mind. My bad. But anyway, a Corvid reactor coming from Echoic. Now, this is the fast Raven with Raven energy build. And, you know, quote me on this. It's going to be copied. Everyone is going to use this. Everyone is going to use my build as well, which is, it's a lot more standard because Zerg don't do anything different in a game. If you do, you tend to lose. So, nothing from me. Just some Lings, you know, lots of saturation. It's currently 29-25, so I'm slightly ahead. He does have mules and a second expansion, however. But I'm going to kill this SCV, and that's just a huge blow. It's going to be hard for Echoic to come back from that. But, you know, the Raven build is extremely strong when you lose an early SCV like that, because Ravens, they're kind of like SCVs. They can't really mine minerals or build buildings, but they're a lot like SCVs in that they're mechanical. Oh, I got another one. Oh, it's my turn again to play a word. I've got an Overlord over here checking out the expansion. I think I did see that. I don't know, hard to say. I obviously saw it with my Zergling, so I know he's going to be expanding, and that frees me up to drone up. If we check out the drone count now, 38 to 27, so I have been droning pretty hard. And you know, when I do things, I do them hard. I like to do them hard, I like to do them fast, and that's just the way I play StarCraft. And Echoic's the same way, man. You know, if he's going to go Ravens, he's going to go Ravens hard and fast. And, you know, the thrusting on these Ravens, the thrusters, I mean, is they don't move very fast. But, you know, they're still good. And they've got some energy building up on them, a couple bunkers coming up. This won't quite protect them from a Baneling bust because they're a little too close. But, you know, it's pretty rare to see on this map. And we are such high-level players, and this is such a high-level game that Banelings just aren't the way. I don't see why anyone would get Banelings in a ZVT. They're not good. Ravens counter them directly, especially when he gets add-ons on buildings. See, like, he has just one add-on, because you can't really afford more than one add-on if you're before 9 minutes in the game. Oh, he's actually getting the add-on a little bit early, at 8:55, so that's pretty unusual. It's a second tech lab, and I have a feeling he killed my Overlord. Beautiful turret placement. You don't see this like ever from Terran. They never put turrets in their mineral lines, and it really is great for fighting off all kinds of Overlord drops. And so I don't see why they don't get turrets in the mineral lines. Of course, turrets not that good against Mutalisks. Yeah, you can kill a turret or two with just 20 Mutalisks. That's all it really takes. So try not to put the turrets in the mineral lines. You want to get at least 3 Ravens per patch to defend against mutas. The reason I say 3 and not just like 1 or 5 is because Hunter Seeker is really slow, and it's going to be hard to catch mutas unless you have a lot of them and you can trick them. And as we say that, Hunter Seeker is being researched, and Terran building armor as well. Now, Terran building armor completely counters Mutalisks, because when the Muta's glaives bounces from one turret to another turret, it's going to reduce a lot of the damage. And you know, every Terran player tries to spread out their turrets so they're not in range of Muta's bouncing glaives, because they do so much damage. Lots of Ravens here. He does not have Hunter Seeker. I'm going to try to pick off one, but he point defense drones, deflecting a lot of those Muta shots and throwing down some auto turrets to deter my Mutas. Very good strategy. He got lucky on the dice roll of build orders. He's getting Ravens and I'm getting Mutas. Ravens directly counter Mutas with every single spell. Now, okay, auto turret can't move, but it lasts for fucking ever. 180 seconds. With durable materials, it lasts, what, like 360 seconds? I don't even know. Only good players get that upgrade, and I watched the GSL where there's just a bunch of noobs, so I don't really know what the upgrade does. I know it makes all of the Ravens' abilities last longer, but... Now, I almost have 20 mutas, not quite, so I am being a little bit ballsy trying to kill a turret without 20 or 50 mutas. But I do manage to kill it. I'm going for the gas. He's throwing out another point defense drone. Hunter Seeker almost up. Is he going to try to Hunter Seeker? No, it doesn't. Research in time. One more point defense drone shooting out a lot of the Mutalisk glaives. And if we check out my base, check out the production tab, I don't feel like I need anything but mutas at this point, because they're probably the second best unit in the game next to mules. They can't mine minerals, but they can fly over things, and that makes up for the lack of mineral mining. They don't come down in drop pods, but I like to pretend that when a queen gives birth, you know, it just kind of drops from her ass like a drop pod. Fourth base coming up for me. Nice saturation on my third one. 72 harvesters to 52 harvesters. So I'm doing great. Fourth coming up. Not the best creep spread, not doing too bad. Auxiliary hatchery. So I'm doing everything perfectly. Low minerals. Echoic, on the other hand, needs to spend some minerals. Now, the reason he's not spending well is because this add-on was so late. If he had this add-on at the beginning of the game, he could have at least 50 Marauders at this point. Lots of mutas, still doing tons of harassment. They do a +1. This engineering bay looks like it's going to go down. And I love this response from Echoic. He's getting 3 Vikings, and Vikings are so good at mutas just because they outrange mutas. So as long as you keep your Vikings next to tons of units that are actually good against mutas, like Ravens, you're going to win the game. Echoic knows this. He's getting more Ravens, and they're just going to help bolster this Viking power, because if I get too close, he's going to make me run away with the slow Hunter Seeker, and that just, it's great for position. Hunter Seekers are like the mobile nukes. You know, nukes don't often hit or do a lot of damage, but they force you to run away, and there's nothing better than making your opponent run away without killing any units. So a very high level strategy right here. Muta's now taking down this third base before it can become a orbital command. And we have an engagement here. Lots of Mutas, but luckily he has tons of Ravens. I can't really fight it. And he's choosing to back off to try to bait my Mutas into attacking him even further. And now I'm running in. And here, this is how good Hunter Seeker is. Mutas barely outrun it. And yeah, Echoic feels my pain. He knows how hard it is to play Zerg against Hunter Seeker missile. Now look at this. I can't attack him because there's Hunter Seeker missiles, and they finally fall to the ground. But you know, the time it took for them to fall to the ground, those Ravens already have at least 200 energy each. So nice win by there, right there by Echoic. He does save the base and allows him to throw up some turrets. Unfortunately, I do have more than 20 Mutalisks now, so those turrets are going to be next to useless. Some Marines coming out, 20 drones coming out. What's my harvester count out? 102. That's completely, that's way too many, you guys. You're going to see my minerals get way too high and my army be way too small because of that. Now, StarCraft isn't necessarily a game of hard counters, but with the soft counters and the hard counters that exist, you can counteract every single counter in the game just by getting upgrades. You know, like I have Lings, you have Blue Flame Hellions, my Lings are 3-3. I don't care if you can still two-shot me, my Lings are going to win. I have Mutas, you have Ravens, my Mutas are 2-0. What are your Ravens? 0-0. My Mutas are going to win, even if 500 Secret Missiles hit them all. I have Ultralisks, you have BCs. Doesn't matter, my Ultras are 5-3 with Chitinous Plating. It's a game of upgrades, and if you don't upgrade as soon as you can, especially your attack for ranged units, when you get infested Terrans, you're probably going to lose. Now, am I foreshadowing here because I'm 2-0 and Echoic doesn't have any upgrades? Oh, he does have upgrades, so he's 1-1 now. So this is a perfectly even game at this point. Perfectly even. And still, if we check out the production tab, I'm getting Corruptors because air dominance is better than anything in the world. What did I just say? Oh. If you're my Facebook friend, you guys will know what I'm talking about. But if you're not, then you out of luck. You out of luck. I'm out now at 5 base, running off of 10 geysers. If we check out my cash, I'm at 6,000, 2,000, and I want to maintain my air dominance. While Echoic, he just has to keep making Ravens, and he'll be okay. He's got a couple Marines, but they're not really upgraded. He's getting 2-2 for air now. He might even transition to battlecruisers, and see, this is the problem with Terran players. They just don't get add-ons because their add-ons are just kind of hit or miss, you know. There's no reason to get an add-on. There's just no reason to get add-ons. They're too expensive and they don't really give you anything but, you know, twice the production rate. It doesn't matter. You don't need that. And I'm always talking about going deeper. And these turrets, they have so much armor. They're so hard to kill. They killed at least 0 Mutas. And that's such a devastating blow. I'm trying to kill this command center. Are we going to see some Hunter Seekers? Oh, the command center's almost dead. Run! Oh, so close to hitting, but, you know, they're scaring me away, and that's all that matters. That's why Ravens are so good against Zerg units. I mean, every single Zerg unit on creep can outrun a Hunter Seeker missile. But you kind of want the Zerg too, because if you kill Zerg units, then they can reproduce with stronger Zerg units. Like if he killed that Muta would become a Corruptor. And then if he kills Corruptors, those Corruptors could become Ultralisks. That's just how the circle of life works. So, you know, when Mufasa died in The Lion King, spoiler alert, that's just, it was meant to happen. He was supposed to die. Scar was supposed to kill him, or indirectly cause him to die, since the Stampede technically killed him. Well, I guess the Stampede indirectly, never mind. But that's just how it works, you know. So my rally point is right here. I do have my Greater Spire, and I'm doubling the Spire count. I've got 2 of them, so I can upgrade both air at once. Ground isn't really important. I've got another auxiliary hatchery and a 3rd and 4th auxiliary hatchery. A little bit of clashing going on down here. And see, we're talking about how good Ravens are. They're just so damn good in this game, and I've got a lot of money too. It's a lot of money. Goek's not doing too bad on the money either. But this Air Force is so mobile, but more importantly, so well upgraded. Now, I have a huge advantage, but wait. +2. I have taken a huge disadvantageous position. I am now down 2-1 on the upgrades to 2-2. He's got air units. I've got air units. And that's all that really matters in StarCraft, is getting air units and killing people with them. He's going to scare me away with some more Hunter Seekers, probably. Oh, ballsy maneuver, trying to kill some more of these turrets. 2 Banshees coming in. Banshees cannot attack air unless they sneeze and tilt their head back and then shoot. Oh, Hunter Seekers going down on the mutas. So many mutas dying, but I am reproducing 11 corruptors. So I lost, what, 22 supply worth of mutas? But that was a big mistake by Echoic. Landing the Hunter Seekers is something Terran never want to do, because now I'm producing even more fearsome anti-air units. And if you guys notice down below, 2-3, 2 armor, 3 attack to his 2 armor, 2 attack. Another huge advantage for me, now getting the 3rd armor. And this mixture of air units against this mixture of units, which you would think is good at anti-air, is going to be, is not. I'm going to own. I'm basically going to rape tons of face. Taking a 6th base up top. I want to take this as soon as I can. Creep spread doing a little bit better. Neglecting the creep past this past this brush. Meanwhile, 2 queens in the main, injecting like crazy. And if we check out my hotkey, I have 18, 13, 17, 14, tons of larvae saved up. And yeah, Echoic, he realizes what position he's at, this amount of ravens he has. The ravens are fully upgraded on research. And oh, he's getting add-ons. I like this move. He's getting add-ons, and so he can make better units and units faster. And I'm trying to clump up inside of the ravens. Huge battle. Ravens are killing themselves, killing so many corruptors with the Hunter Seeker. And I just realized ravens are too good. I gotta get out of here. They're too damn good. 24 more corruptors coming, however, and that's the power of Zerg macro. You can get so many larvae, and just make whatever unit you want and win games. Problem with that is ravens. Ravens are pretty good. Echoic now almost 3-3. What's the sound level? Oh, good. I thought it was going to be too high. I was going to be so mad that if it was too high this whole cast. Echoic now 3-3 in just a moment here. He's now upgrading his infantry weapon. And still, you know, I don't need ground units. I'm going to continue to get air units. I've got some Broodlords warping in. I wish they warped in. That'd be Imba. Then I'd be an Imba race. And I want to assault his supply depots. Now, if you're going to attack with Broodlords, the Broodlords are best against supply depots because they're the only building in the game that have tiny little crevices that the Broodlings can fit into. It's like, you know, the TIE fighters in the Death Star's little nook. It's like that. It's exactly the same thing. Literally. And that's what I'm going to be going for. I've got 14 Broodlords, 18 Corruptors. I've got some drones expanding, taking the gas first because I'm so high on minerals. Got a lot of hatcheries. Check out the larva count again. So many. I'm injecting in all but 2 of them, it looks like. But Echoic saturation, not too shabby either. He is at 199 max supply. Okay, he just got 200. But that little deficit, that 1 supply deficit for about 5 seconds, that could cost him the game. And we can see here, already we're showing what that 1 deficit did. He could have had a Marine there. He could have had an SCV building turrets there. He could have had something to stop these Corruptors, but he didn't because he needed 1 more supply. And, you know, I thought it was because he couldn't land because of the minerals. He couldn't land right here and avoid the Corruptors. But it was really just because of that 1 supply. Wow, we're actually getting a lot of FPS lag here. Just so much happening in this game. So many Marines. Corruptors cannot attack Marines unless they reverse sneeze and tilt their head down. Oh, that's so many Broodlords. Broodlords being attacked by the Vikings, but they're doing so much damage to these Marines. Broodlings unupgraded, Marines unupgraded as well. We've got a huge battle for air dominance here. So many Vikings. Corruptors just not doing enough damage to the Vikings, but Marines dying by this huge number of Broodlords. So I have lost the air battle, it seems. I no longer have air control with the giant Corruptors, but I have killed every single Marine, and Vikings, of course, if they land, they instantly explode if they have corruption on them. See, he's not even going to try to land, because if you land on the creep, you'll get sticky feet, and you'll explode. Reproducing tons of mutas, 18 more mutas coming out, and this is just so cool. It's like a movie or an AI player or AI sequence, a programmed StarCraft mission sequence. So many mutas swarming in. And of course, the reason I'm able to do this is because otherwise Zerg would be underpowered. I mean, haven't you guys been watching the GSL? No one plays Zerg anymore. It's all about Terran Toss, dude. Terran Toss. Specifically Toss, because you just get, you know, a mixture of any number of units, and just make sure you Guardian Shield and Force Field and you win games. Echoic producing a lot more Vikings. He's got some more Ravens, and that's going to help him out a lot. So many mutas. I want to get inside of these Vikings once again to try to bait the Hunter Seeker. It looks like I did a somewhat good job of it. Lots of Marines on the ground. Point defense drones coming down. Vikings are going to be destroyed. 3-3 mutas against 3-3 Vikings. But remember what I said. Mutas are so good against Marines when Marines don't have upgrades. Mutas have tons of upgrades. And you can tell these medevacs have upgrades too, just because they're taking so long to kill. I do have to retreat because bunkers are the best building in the game. They are essentially free. Well, I guess not essentially free, but as Tastosis likes to say, you know, keep your receipt and you can get your money back. So yeah, but this is a really good game, you guys. 2 high-level players. He's only got 2 guys on gas right here, but that's probably a strategy he needs. You can see he doesn't quite have full saturation at this 4th base. Oh, we got him. Zergling attack coming in, and so he needs to pull one from the geyser to put on the minerals so he has full saturation. A Zergling run by, something you only see in late portions of the game. It's not good to Zergling run by in the first 25 minutes of the game. You want to wait until at least 29:55. I'm going to do a lot of damage, and we are seeing Zergling upgrades coming as well. I want to focus down this turret. That's my main priority. That's going to allow my broodlings to slip. See those? See this tiny little hole? That's where you shoot the broodlings. Now you might think, okay, a refinery has a tiny hole for broodlings. No, you want to be plunged into a vat of gas? No. Spidey Bulls don't have gas, man. I'm going to catch this command center. He does have +2 armor, but luckily my mutas have +3 attack, and as always, higher upgrades wins the game. If he had Phoenix, if he had 50 Phoenix against 50 mutas, it wouldn't matter because I would upgrade better. Lots of turrets. They do have the high sec tracking, so they have 8 range, and they have 2 armor. And the Coax actually planning another expansion to land down here, but of course Overlord Group is going to prevent that, and it's hard to land an expansion when it's dead. And down it goes. He tried to land it, but he was a bit off center, and it ended up exploding instead of landing. Trying to kill all these turrets. So many turrets. I thought he was going to reinforce it. I actually could have finished off all these turrets. And yep, see, we're both talking about upgrades again, and that's just how important upgrades are in this game. Meanwhile, I have taken this, what, 6th base, something like that, 7th base, getting gas from that. My money is getting a tad low. Now, this is the problem with Zerg. It's so hard to spend your minerals that sometimes you just can't spend it. Sometimes you just have to save it up and use it as an excuse later on. Like, if I were to lose right now, I'd be like, I lost because I couldn't spend my minerals, man. And that's a valid excuse, because you can't spend your minerals unless you actually play smart and spend it on hatcheries. Now, that's what I'm kind of doing right here. We are seeing 1 extra hatchery somewhere around here. Not sure where it is. He scanned my mutas, and that's why I called hacks. But so many Marines, still only 1-0, almost 2-0. Not going to be upgrading his armor because he only has 1 engineering bay, probably. But he just cannot manage to do any damage to my expansions. My economy is raging like a boner. And he's just not in good shape right now. Finally getting Banelings. And this is just a trick. Banelings aren't good in any situation ever in any game. But I'm getting Banelings just to try to throw them off. Because sometimes when you burrow Banelings, it looks like they're drones with gas. And if he sees a lot of burrowed Banelings, he's going to think, okay, he's got a lot of drones burrowed with gas. That's kind of silly because you want to return gas to your hatchery, lair, or hive, and that means I have a slight advantage because he's not doing that. So that was kind of my mentality when getting that Baneling nest. I don't think you'll even see any Banelings this game. Tons of Vikings. Oh, we've got over 24 Vikings against a lot of mutas, lots of Marines running up to reinforce. I'm trying to avoid the Marines because Marines, once they get upgrades, are the counter to every unit in the game. Except for mules. Mules counter everything. But not quite able to. And my minerals are running a bit low. I'm only down to 16,000. And of course, 16,000 isn't very much. I'm going nowhere with this. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was going to say. But the best thing about this game, the reason it's so high level, is because there's not a single tech switch. You know, I'm stubborn. I'm going air, corruptors, mutas, broodlords, and he's stubborn as well. He was going Vikings, Ravens, but then he realized, you know, the Ravens were a bit overpowered. He doesn't like using overpowered units, so he's switching up to Marines. Marines, terrible in every situation. You almost never see them. And they're really an underdog unit. You don't realize how good they are until you win every single game you play when you get them. Now, he got them a bit late, so it's going to be hard to say, but I'm suiciding these mutas in. Marines still only 2-1, Vikings 3-3, however. He killed so many units, and I have to reproduce 17 mutas and 36 zerglings. Now making zerglings simply because I want to spend my minerals and I have no gas. There needs to be a building. A neutral building, a building in the expansion, the Heart of the Swarm, something that allows you to trade gas for minerals. Now, that's something that StarCraft 2 desperately needs, just because minerals are like money. Like, if you want to trade money for, in real life, for like other stuff, you can do it with anything in the world. Now, why can't you trade money in StarCraft 2, which is minerals, for anything? I mean, why not? I mean, I could trade money for nuclear power. I could trade money for a fucking spaceship. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. I don't understand. Flying past this command center, deciding, yeah, I think I will kill it. And this command center is down, so Echo is now running off one base. He needs more SCVs on it though, not quite enough, but he does have one mule, so that's gonna tide him over for a while. This turret is shooting down at my mutas, but this planetary fortress is gonna go down. Not really any reason to kill that, except he has a little bit of gas left in these refineries. It's more of a, I know you don't have this base, and I'm happy about that type of move. 8 more hatcheries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. 8 hatcheries being produced. That's one way to spend your minerals. I'm still really high though. 12,000 is a bit too much. Echoic, he did finally kill that overlord. That's an extremely good move because when there's creep there, you can't land. Not needing much gas at this point. You can see he's got 11 gas. It's a pretty cool number. So he's just on the minerals right now. He does scan once more. Lots of Vikings picking off a couple of mutas. 3-3 coming for my ground units. 8 zerglings, and the hatcheries are almost done. Let's check out the hotkey. I've got 20 hatcheries on one hotkey. A lot of them with 10 plus larvae. Most of them just 1 to 3 larvae. Hive, of course, has 11. And that's a lot of turrets, man. But I don't really care. You know, turrets are funny in that they die. I just wanted you guys to watch that. I do have this bottom base now. It's not seeing many drones. You can see I don't have many drones on minerals. I still have 78 harvesters, but the majority of them, these guys are being transferred, are just for gas. This gas is mined out. Got a couple drones there. These are all mined out, mined out, mined out. Zerglings just kind of chilling out here. They do have the adrenal gland upgrade. Queen's continuing to inject. Oh, looks like I'm going to assault these Vikings. They don't have protection of the Marines. That's so bad for him. Marines are too good. Oh, destruction. Oh. Good do I be one? Not running away from you guys. Can you guys tell I'm kind of joking about this game? Have you figured that out yet? No? Okay. This is actually a really fun game. It's fun just having fun with StarCraft. It doesn't happen too often in high-level games. Still lots of mutas, lots of lings popping out. I made about 80 or so after that exchange up here with the mutas. And this game is so high-level. It really is, Echoic. It really is. No banelings needed. Marines aren't very good against, are too good against banelings. 3 mules coming down. It's going to cause his income to skyrocket. Now 2,000 income from me to 1,400 from him, but that's deceiving you guys. 2,000 isn't that much, especially when you only have 12,000 banked up. Only 1,400 gas. He is moving his forces. Oh, I missed a ling run by. All I did was run into his main though, killing so many SCVs, killing so many turrets. And this is going to free up my mutas to just do whatever they want. The mutas are still up here taking out the Vikings. Marines trying to deal with these Zerglings. Looks like they will. They are upgraded well enough. 3-3, 2-2 lead against 3-1. I have over 150 larvae I decide to gloat. I don't think I have that many. Oh, I don't even have close to that many. Maybe when I injected a whole bunch, but right now, after making 140 lings or whatever, oh, he GG'd. Right now, after making 140 lings, I probably only had like 70 larvae or 50 larvae, something like that. But I had a lot of larvae. But he had to GG. I just had too much production, and my play was just too solid. I killed all those Vikings. I had these mutas still running away, and I think it was the Baneling's nest. Where's the Baneling nest? Can't find it. There it is. It just, you don't even need the upgrade. It just kind of scared him into leaving. I have a feeling he probably scouted that. Oh, he didn't scout anything. What the hell? He didn't scout anything the entire game. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a very high level game. Expect to see that kind of play in the GSL. I love you all. Peace.